Okay, now I want to, share some of my favorite episodes from season 1. And this was surprisingly hard to narrow down. Like, there are lots of episodes from season 1 that I enjoy, but okay, I managed to narrow it down to, well, not a few, but to a decent amount of episodes. Okay, first one, episode 10, Happy Birthday, Zach. Freaking love this episode, alright? Like, the Rangers are planning a surprise birthday party for Zach, but he thinks they forgot his birthday, and then Rita takes advantage of it, and she makes him the nasty night for his birthday. It's great, it's awesome. Oh, and you know that part where the Rangers are fighting the nasty night in the Megazord, and Rita over there cheering, she's like, good, now finish them like this. You understand? Yeah, oh my god. That part still made me laugh so much. That is just some corny stuff at its finest. Okay, now we move on to episode 12, Power Ranger Punks. Oh, I love this episode ever since I was a kid. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Babu puts Kimberly and Billy under a spell that makes them act like delinquents, and they fight against the Pteroto, and the Pteroto is just a fun monster. That thing is a great episode. Watch. Alright, next would be episode 13, Peace, Love, and Woe. You know, there's going to be a dance at the youth center, and Billy, he meets this girl, and she's just as nerdy and intelligent as he is, and, he's not sure, he doesn't really have the courage to ask her out at first to the dance, but the Rangers, they give him the courage, and I really like this episode because I could relate to him, like, at that age, especially because I was really shy about asking out girls, and like, it was a real lesson to show you something. This could be the most important thing that you do in your life, and it really is. You have to be able to take a chance and get to know other people and ask them out. So, life lessons in Power Rangers, right? Awesome. Yes, and Madam Woe, the monster of the day, she was awesome. The action was on point. It's great. It's a great episode. Classic Power Rangers. Next episode, episode 14, Foul Play in the Sky. Like, Kimberly's Uncle Steve, he flies Kimberly and Bulk and Skull, like, on an airplane, like, around Angel Grove, but Squat poisons his drink with a sleeping potion, and he falls asleep, and Kimberly has to land a freaking plane on her own. It was freaking great. It was awesome, and they were freaking out on that plane, and Bulk and Skull was screaming. Kimberly like, will you guys be quiet? I'm trying to think. And she like panicking and calling Alpha. Alpha like, Kimberly, your life is in danger. Just morph out of there. Like, damn it, I can't. It was great. And that just shows how badass Kimberly is, because she landed a freaking plane. And at the end, she ended up kicking the Monster of the Day's ass with them arrows. It was a great episode. Next up would be the Green with Evil miniseries, all 5 parts. Like, if you are a Power Ranger fan and have not seen this, or if you were a kid of the 90s and have not seen this, I don't know who you are. You should not exist. What are you doing? I don't. The Green with Evil, that miniseries was the first time that the stakes were really raised for the Power Rangers. Like, they had a lot to deal with. This just wasn't a monster of the day. They just deal with, say today everybody happy, we laughing at Juice and no, we had 5 parts of trouble, and it was great. Like, Rita created her own Evil Ranger out of Tommy, and Tommy was a force to be reckoned with, and he also broke into the command center and deactivated Zord on it and messed up Alpha. It just, the Rangers had a lot on their plate, and these are newbie Rangers, but they stuck through it. Jason got them to stick through it, and they won. It was great. Oh gosh, that Megazord fight in part 4 is one of my favorite Megazord fights of all time. Like, the dark, where they like, it's dark in the eclipse. I'm not even going to start talking about the stupidness of an eclipse cutting off the Megazord's power. I'm just going to assume that's due to magic. But the fight between Giant Scorpion, Giant Goldar, and then Giant Green Ranger, that fight was awesome. It was everything you would need in Power Rangers. Oh my gosh, I don't remember what part it is, but I think it's part 5 where they found out that Tommy was Green Ranger and Kimberly talked to him at the youth center. That was some scary shit. Like, that scared me as a kid when he banged, we was exercising and Kimberly exposed him and he banged that shit like, you, with them glowing green eyes. That was Green with Evil. Rewatch it 1,000 times. Okay, next is episode 25, Life's the Masquerade. And the Rangers have a costume party, and Rita sends a Frankenstein monster to kill them. It is great, of course. Oh my gosh, that Frankenstein monster was awesome. Japanese Frankenstein is amazing. And I liked how he had the little bolts in his neck and he could pull them out and it'd be attached to a chain. He would just smack the Rangers with it. It was great. Oh, and that scene where he sneaked into the youth center, into the party, like, there's a part where he's dancing with this random girl. It's like, I remember as a kid, I was so scared for that girl. I thought he was going to kill her. That's back when I thought Power Rangers could even do that. Like, I'm older now, so no. But back then, I was scared for that girl. Oh, and that episode, that Megazord fight was killer. Like, Mighty Morphin in general has good Megazord fights, but that one in particular, awesome. Alright, now next on my list is Island of Illusion Part 1 and 2. I love this two-parter. Like, Rita was throwing out all the magic in this episode. You know, I love the magic genre. Rita was just being a real witch in this. And this is the first time she summoned Lokar, and she also summoned this monster named Titus. It was great. And she even, like, was, you know, capping on Vince. Like, see, Vince, I made my own monster. It is winning. Like, that episode also had great Megazord fight, just great action in general, great putty fight. And the Rangers were sent to this Island of Illusion, and they were made to, like, face their greatest fears, and if they didn't face it, they would disappear forever. Luckily, they were able to face them. The only fear that I didn't like was Kimberly's. Like, her greatest fear is Vulcan's skull being nice. No. But yeah, the episode still great overall. Alright, now we're on episode 32, A Star Is Born. Now, this was a favorite of mine as kids, so I'm just really throwing it on there. And, you know, it showcases a lot of Tommy's skills as a martial artist and just being a all-around badass. And, you know, Goldar in this episode, he's the one that comes up with the plan because Rita is too tired and stuff. And he sends down, like two monsters in this episode, and he goes down there and fights the Rangers too with Scorpina. Great. And they fight a monster named Babe Rootless, the baseball monster. Only in Power Rangers, I'm telling you. But also, you know, side note, Goldar came up with, like, most of the plans in season 1. It's like, think about it, like, rewatch it. All the stuff, like, Rita's like, oh, I should destroy these Rangers. Yes, my queen, summon such and such, and we can do it. No. He came up with most of those plans. So in season 2, when Lord Zed came back, Goldar should have been the one putting that damn dumpster. I'm just saying. Just saying. Alright. Next is The Green Candle, Part 1 and 2. Such a sad episode. The first time Tommy lost his powers. Yeah. But he did get the girl. This is when him and Kimberly, you know, first really got together, and they kissed at the end. Oh, so cute. So cute. Yeah. Now we're on episode 37, the Cleanup Club. And this is just a fun episode with the Rangers starting a cleanup club and, you know, cleaning up the city. You know, pollution is bad and all that. It's just a fun episode, and this episode has one of my favorite putty fights of all time. That fight is awesome. And, you know, Jason uses the Green Ranger powers in this episode too, and that was great. So the next episode will be episode 43, Something Fishy. This is where we learn that Billy has a fear of fish, and Rita puts a spell on Billy to make his fear unbearable, and then she makes a fish monster. Good times. Just watch it, it's enjoyable. Now on to episode 44, Lions and Blizzards. In this episode, Rita turns the trophy that the Rangers won into a half lion, half goat monster that can control the weather. Love it. And I like Zordon and how he reacted to this. Because Zordon, like, after all these years, he knows Rita and what she's up to. Like, it was a story like, this seems familiar. Oh, Rita must have summoned that damn goat monster again. I'm telling you, I love it. But yeah. Oh, and the Zach man got a date with Angela. It's great. It was great. I mean, the date ended a little badly because of the monster, but still some good times. Way to go, Zach man. Damn, this list is just long. I'm sorry, y'all. Episode 48, Plague of the Mantis. Like, it's one of the few training-focused episodes. I really like it. She was learning Mantis Kung Fu. Rita made a Mantis monster, and the monster was messing with training, talking about, you not fighting by yourself. You have no honor. You dishonor your family. And she went to fight the monster by herself, and she was actually beating it, and then the monster called some putties, and Training was like, what about your honor? And the monster was like, fool, I have no honor. Like you said, I'm one of Rita's monsters. Love that episode. Okay, Return of an Old Friend, Part 1 and 2. Tommy is back! and he saves everybody because Rita creates this monster that kidnaps all the Rangers' parents, and Goldar blackmails them, like, we'll return your parents back to you if you give us your power coins, and the Rangers foolishly fell for this, and Goldar says, psych, suckers, and left. Like, it was good. It actually had some good drama in it, too. And yeah, Jason managed to keep the powerless green power coin, and Zordon powered it up, and yeah, gave it back to Tommy. Yay! Although those powers are temporary and are fading, y'all know the story. I'm not explaining this. Point is, good times. Be had ball. Next, episode 52, Two Heads Are Better Than One. Now let me tell you why this episode is really on this list. You know, in this episode, Jason loses his cool while fighting the monster, which was a two-headed parrot. And the monster calls him out on it. I love it. Like, Mighty Morphin, the Rangers are usually made out to be, like, perfect, because they really were. That's kind of a criticism people give to Mighty Morphin. The Rangers were too perfect and stereotypes and crap. But in this episode, Jason he loses his temper briefly in a fight. Like, you know, they fight as a team, but Jason was so mad he was getting his ass whooped that he tried to fight the monster by himself, and he got his butt whooped. And the monster, you know, it's like, Red Ranger teaches about teamwork, and then breaks his own rules. Like, awesome. I feel like I've been saying awesome and cool and good like 50,000 times, but okay. Bear with me, folks. Almost done. Now, next is episode 56 on Fins and Needles. This is with the shark monster who puts Jason and Tommy under a spell that makes them hate each other. They had some hilarious dialogue with each other, and they almost fought briefly, but then they had to work together in order to break the spell. Like, good times, of course, but yeah, they definitely had some awesome dialogue. Tommy's like, I'm tired of you giving me orders all the time. And Jason's like, if you don't like it, take a hike. The Power Rangers was doing just fine without your ass. Great. Great. Episode 58, the football season. Now, let me tell you why I like this episode. Now, Tommy is all around badass, like I've said, and he's an expert martial artist, but he didn't know how to play football. And I kind of like that, because me, myself, I've never been good at sports at all. I've just been really, really smart. But, you know, and I kind of was sad at the time that, because I didn't really know how to play football that good. I mean, I could toss a football and all, but I can't play football. But, you know, it was nice to see that somebody who was so strong and powerful, he didn't know how to play the sport. And it gave me hope, like, well, if he's learning at this age, well, I can learn at any age I want, you know? It's that kind of stuff that gives life lessons to kids that Mighty Morphin was especially good at. I mean, they got corny at times, but they were still good at giving you lessons. And that episode itself is just freaking enjoyable, though. However, I feel that anybody can get on that football team. If you letting Bulk and Skull on the football team, and Billy of all people, anybody get on that team. Last episode. Woo! I doubt anybody made it this far, but alright, episode 60 in Oyster Stew, the supposed finale of season 1. I love it though. Zach Man manages to get another date with Angela. It kind of goes wrong, but in the end, you know, everything ends up okay, and he even gets a kiss. Awesome. And Zach gets to wear Green Ranger's little shield, and the Black Ranger looks good with that shield. And they had the first underwater fight in Power Rangers with the Megazord. Like, awesome. Gosh. Classic. Closing statements of Mighty Morphin. It's a very good season, even now. I mean, it's aged in some ways, but you should still be able to enjoy it. It's the first season, so, you know, don't be too hard on it. Power Rangers has improved a lot from that. No matter what age you are as a Power Ranger fan, like, even if you, like, your first season, even if it was, like, Lightspeed, or when you grew up, your first season was Ninja Storm, I think every Power Ranger fan should watch Mighty Morphin Season 1, or all of Mighty Morphin, hell, just because that's where Power Rangers started, so, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, let me know what's your favorite episodes of Season 1. Later, you guys. I'm tired as hell. This video has been a headache. Good night. Drop my...